This is what I like to call the Rambling Gamer podcast. When me and possibly other people, in this case just me, go on rants. I just sit here and talk whatever's on my mind. First thing I'm going to talk about, Skyward Sword HD. I was playing that not too long ago. Oh boy, I love it. As someone who played the original on Wii, the improvements from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, everything looks so much smoother. I mean, my god, if you were to look at the running animation on the Wii and compare it to on the Switch, you could tell the difference. And it's not just that either. The high resolution textures as well, they look so good. Like the way lighting affects it as well. It just works so perfectly. Like, there's a scene in game where, okay, I shouldn't worry about spoilers, but basically Link pulls out the goddess sword, raises it to the sky, and it illuminates. When that happens, in the original version of the Wii, the lighting for it never looked that good to me. It kind of hurt my eyes a bit. But on the Switch, with these new, HD graphics, it looks so clean and luminescent. I can't get over how good it looks. We're not even going to talk about some of the other things that I noticed while playing. Like, for example, the stone tablet that you get, right at the beginning of the game, actually looks like there's stuff engraved on it, not just like a plain texture put on top of it. Now, obviously, I can't just say all good things about this port. For some reason, it feels like the motion controls are worse. I don't know. Like, for some reason, I'll try to go like an up to down slash. For some reason, I don't do a diagonal for some reason. But yeah, I can definitely tell the motion controls are are worse, but also better. Like, it feels more accurate, because I'll move the Wii remote on the original and it'll feel like a little off if I start going to the left or the right. But on this one, it feels perfectly fine. However, I'm gonna get off the bad part of it. I did notice that some of the models had a higher polygon count, because I was looking at Fee, and her character model looked much more smoother than I remember. I might show an image on the video for y'all to see. I don't know if y'all noticed it. Just maybe a small detail I'm getting too hung up on because nostalgia factor. Because I played this game on the Wii. When I did, I really enjoyed the game. Surprised how much people disliked it, but I don't really care how much people dislike a game. It doesn't stop me from playing it. There's also the fact that they added extra tips here and there, press this button to dash. That wasn't in the game, I remember. And it's kind of I just read a text box that told me how to do that, Nintendo. I didn't need to learn this again. I don't know what it is with Nintendo recently, but, trying to make their games easier, which, don't get me wrong, I got nothing wrong with it. They're trying to make it more accessible to other people. I get that. But then again, not many people played the original because we're complaining about the Wii motion controls around this time, so everyone hated it for some reason. I had nothing wrong with it, but Speaking of another downside of this port, I'm gonna just say this. I used to get really much into the speedrunning community, and when I did, it was mainly because I found out of a glitch that was kind of fun to pull off in Skyward Sword, and it was called Back in Time. And basically, what you do is you'd void out, jumping off a ledge or stuff like that, and then soft resetting on the Wii, because on the Wii you could go to the home menu, which basically like suspends the game, and then it has like 3 options, or not, like 4 options: back to game, Wii menu, which just sends you to like the home menu, a place where you can like calibrate your controller and all that, and then restart, which is the soft restart I just said. And when this happened, it would send you to the title screen. And yeah, you may be questioning, why is it called Back in Time? It's because it appeared in like 2 other Zelda games, and one of them it was called Back in Time because for some reason it sent you to like a point in the game that was back in the past. But off that topic, it sent you to the title screen, and this was used in speedrunning because, oh boy, you could do all sorts of stuff with it. Mainly because the way the game notes, hey, you did this, because like it's hard to explain, but basically like, say, I don't know, you opened up a shortcut in one area. Okay, well that sets a flag in the game that says, hey, this shortcut is open. And what it is this flag has a number tied to it, and the number for this flag is possibly the same as the same number for another flag in a different area. So what happens is you'll use back in time to like do something like on the title screen that sets a flag with the same corresponding, number, and when you loaded up the save, that thing would be already done without you having to do it. Which was so neat, because I did it once, and it freaked me out. I was like, oh snap, okay. But it doesn't exist now because you can't soft reset the Switch. You can only hard reset it, which resets the whole console and not just the game, which sucks. But then again, it happens. Whenever ports are made, glitches get patched. Though then again, we're not going to talk about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Oh boy, that game's more buggier than the original. Like, people found all sorts of stuff on that game, but I'm getting off topic. Back to Skyward Sword. I will say, I think they made some of the AIs more smarter. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it because like one of the first I wouldn't say tutorial things, but one of the like first quote unquote challenges you have is like, because for anyone who don't know, in this game there's flying. You fly through the sky on top of a giant bird known as a loft wing, and the first challenge, air quotes, is basically one where you have to catch up to another bird wheel that has like a statue, a miniature statue that you have to get. And I don't know why, and it felt like the flight patterns of this other loft wing felt like it was like actually thinking, because before I remember it being like a set path, but this time I felt like it was actually trying to avoid me, which I like the additional challenge. I'm okay with that. Now, there were moments that the motion controls did kind of freak me up, or not just the motion controls, but the motion controls. Like, for example, one point in the game you have to jump off something and then use parachute, and this is how the game teaches you, hey, you can use this item to keep yourself from taking fall damage. The thing is, you're supposed to land on a specific spot, and you have to use the motion controls to move. On the Wii, this wasn't so bad, because the sensitivity for the motion controls, was pretty lenient. You went in one direction, you moved the Wii remote, so much to one direction, and it just, goes, a little bit. But with the Switch motion controls, oh boy, if you go all the way to the right, it goes all the way to the right, which I like that. But at the same time, I'm not used to it. Speaking of like normal controls and all that though, what really messed me up was the fact that I'm used to playing with a Wii remote, which has like It has the A button, D-pad. Okay. Think of like a really tall rectangle for any of y'all who don't know what a remote looks like. There's an A button, like near the top, and above that is the D-pad. And then on the back, you have like a little trigger, which is the B button, and then you have like the plus and minus and home button in the center of those two, right below the A button. And I was always used to using the A, that layout when playing Skward Sword. But the thing is, Nintendo switches Joy-Cons, because I use the Joy-Cons because I'm so used to using motion controls with this game. The Joy-Cons are in the ABXY format, so like sometimes they have certain things mapped to one of those buttons. Like, for example, the Y button centers, the motion controls, like whichever direction you're holding the Joy-Con in, that's considered the center point. So like if you hold it straight at the TV and center it, that's the center point, and if you move it to the left, it moves to the left. But I wasn't ever used to it being like that. I remember it being down on the D-pad, and it wasn't ever, you weren't able to do it like during gameplay. You weren't able to ever do it on whenever using an item or on the map. Basically anything that used the cursors. And it's an improvement that you can use it while using the sword, but it also very much confused me. There's also the fact that when flying, there's a dash move that you can do, and when dashing on the Wii, it was A, which, big button, obviously do dash, since it's the only button that, you have on your right hand. And there's also, but then, like, on the Switch, A isn't just this big button that you can just press with your thumb. No, you have to, go a little bit to the right and press A. It's this little button and all that. I do have to say, though, a lot of the animations look extremely smoother. Like, holy snap. Like, just watching it. Not mention the increased resolution from your average Wii resolution to 1080p, or I don't think it's exactly 1080p, but going from that to that, oh boy, seeing everything in such high resolution just makes me, it looks so good. It looks so pretty, especially in the watercolors too. And that was the biggest thing that got me, to play this game, was seeing those watercolors in HD, and here I am. Not mentioned in 60 FPS as well. Y'all, for any of y'all who didn't play the original on Wii, y'all don't know. Oh, it looks so much better than the original. The only problems I have is just, getting used to the control layout, because, going from Wii Remote to Joy-Con is not an easy task. I'm just gonna say it. It is not an easy task. Oh. I didn't really buy this game just because, I'm broke. If you can't tell by the audio quality. But that's the reason why I didn't get it, because, I already have the original. I kind of borrowed this from a friend of mine who, he wanted to play another game that I had, and, that I bought myself, and, I was okay with, playing Skyward Sword HD, since I had already beaten the game that he wanted. So, fair trade, am I right? Even though, he could steal it from me, but then again, I trust him. I've been friends with him for a while, so I trust him. Anywho, off the topic of me gushing about a game I just recently got off of playing, on to something else. We have an esports team. So much happens every time you go there. You have people playing League, Rocket League, Smash, which is what I play, Mario Kart, and there's plenty of, there's also Valorant, I believe. And we could possibly get more games. There's no telling. Depends on what the state tells us, all that. Yeah, a lot happens there. Like, so much. Like, me and a couple of friends of mine are on a team, and we lost our first game of the season. Then again, it was just, scrimmage games, so it doesn't matter. That's just the first game. That's basically like calibration. Like, okay, what is your skill level? All that. And then the next game, we just straight up wiped them. Let's see, 6-0. 6-0. And then, like, the last game we had, which, as of recording this, was like, let's see, right now it's Friday night, or Friday morning, so, like, 2 days ago. So, like, 2 days ago, we had a match, and I was the first to go up. And when I went up, I beat them all. I wiped him. And then the next person who went up, he got wiped. But mainly because we're on the same Switch. And it went to the third person. And when they went there, they changed their controls, even though they used the default. I'm not going to say who it is, because, I'm not going to throw no shade or anything, I'm not here to call out anyone. But they went on there. First game, they lost. The next 2 games, the person they were fighting against chose a different character for both of those, and lost both of those times. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know who it was, but they should have stuck with the character they had at the beginning. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Because, like, you won the first one. Why would you change to the other 2? I won with the first one. I don't go easy on them. Don't. Go in guns blazing. I've learned this. Because I played a season before. I played last season. And we made it to playoffs. I think on our 3rd game, we got wiped. Like, we got wiped. I am not gonna joke with you on that one. Like, it was just like we did the second game of this season. But speaking of Smash, I just gotta say, Sora, the new DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Oh my god, why does he exist? I'm probably not the only one complaining about this, but he is too OP. Then again, I can't say much. Most of the people who play Sora are not trying not to offend anybody, but are kind of dumb. Because I know Sora has more potential than just what they do. Because even Sakurai showed it off in the reveal trailer. Like, for anyone who don't know how Smash works, the whole theme of the game is to hit your opponent off camera, or basically out of the ring, basically. And the more damage you do to them, the farther they get launched by, a move. And Sora can take you all the way to the blast zone, as it's referred to in, competitive Smash, and make it back. I mean, he could be at the blast zone and make it back. Like, oh my god, why? Sakurai, why? And the thing is, you know why they did it. Because they did the same thing with Bayonetta on Wii U. Yep. You know Sakurai did it just because of that. My god. And again, I can't say much. I do main Joker, another DLC character for any of y'all who don't know. Lord. But then again, at least mine's kind of balanced. Not throwing any shade, but mine's kind of balanced. I'm just gonna say it. At least I can't go to the blast zone and straight up kill you. But why? Why, Sakurai? I understand you wanted to do it because it's funny and it brings attention to your game, but why? Why? It is funny. I will admit. I've made plenty memes on it. Lord knows. Why? Why? I know we keep asking that question, but I'll ask it one more time. Why? Speaking of DLC Smash Cutters, I'm just gonna throw those out here. Min Min sucks. Alright, moving on. Anyway, I'm talking about Smash right now. This all started from Skyward Sword. This is what I mean by we like going on rants here. Go from one thing to the other to the other. I could be talking about Persona 5 and its really good music, but I'm not going to, because that's not related to any of this. Fun fact, did you know Beneath the Mask is extremely catchy? I think I'm gonna end this off here. It's getting pretty late. It's 1:06. It's 1:06 in the morning. I should end it off here. I'm just saying to all y'all listening to this, hey, hit that like and subscribe. You have to, or else I will come into your house and greet you. Good night.